And it's showing at $8.80 for Michael Carson, $4.70 for number 6 Golden Finale. Lucas Dowson in the saddle. The Strategist at 32, Sea Rhythm 32, Blazing Sun 11, Lucky Tycoon at $3 neat, and that's Greg Hall's mount there for race number 3 at Sandown. 10, 6 and 1 are the selections from Johnny Russell. A riding change, it's race 4, 8 Talents for Michael Evans. Race 4, number 8 Talents, Michael Evans at Sandown. Now 6, 4 and 2 at Charlton. Quadella paying $14.40, trifecta $152.50 on race number 2 at Charlton. Now we'll take you to Canberra for the next event, and here's Tony Campbell for race number 3. Just down the board quickly again for you now. Number 1's at $4.60, number 2 is at 32, Concord Flight 23, Supreme Butterfly 3.40, Zabil's Pride at $4.10, Grandale 13, we have Major Quest 93, Bulger Avenue $35, Court d'Azur at 78, 43 Good Hope, Petite Starkers at 12, Hot Sox 13 and November Malay 110. Slight delay there ahead of race number 3 at Canberra. We'll take a short break and be back with more racing live around Australia after this.
Well, around about 10 degrees. Well, that's not all that cool for us here in Canberra. That's quite a mild day for us. Now, Concord Flight goes up by the looks of things, so Petite Starkers is the one out of line. It's also trained by John Morrissey, Petite Starkers. So, John, I think John's got about 17 runners here today, all up, maybe 19, I think. Yeah, I think it's 19 runners. Now, Petite Starkers goes up. So they're boxed and ready for a start. All in. Grandale drawn the inside. Armed Pirate stands up. Now waiting on that light. The big field, the light is on. Set for the third. And away they go. Now Concord Flight was slowly away, as was Bulger Avenue. And the Grey Supreme Butterfly went straight to the lead. Good Hope was up running second. Then November Malay, followed by Grandale and Armed Pirates not too far away. Petite Starkers goes up towards the leading division, followed further back then Zabil's Pride. Hot Sox racing on the outside of $1, followed further back then Cote d'Azur. Bulger Avenue, Major Crest, and back towards the tail of the field, Concord Flight. As they leave the back and race down the side, and Supreme Butterfly is challenged on the outside now by Petite Starkers. In behind those on the inside there was Armed Pirate. Back behind those, November Malay is the one moving up on the outside, and further back behind those in the field, Zabil's Pride, followed further back then Good Hope, who's being hustled along on the turn. Then Hot Sox, followed further back to Grandale, but Supreme Butterfly is the leader. November Malay on the outsiders representing danger. In behind those, Armed Pirate, followed further back in the field then Zabil's Pride, and the next one was Petite Starkers, but as they race down towards the 200, and Supreme Butterfly shot away. Supreme Butterfly's a big leader. Armed Pirates battling on $1 into the clear, is running on, but it's far too late. Supreme Butterfly races away to win it very well. Supreme Butterfly first, Zabil's Pride second. Now third was $1, followed then by Grandale, Cote d'Azur. Then Hot Sox back behind those in the field. Armed Pirate, followed by Petite Starkers, Concord Flight, then November Malay. The next one was Good Hope, followed then by Major Quest and Bulger Avenue, the last pair across the line. It's bolted in, number 4, Supreme Butterfly.
Yeah, Supreme Butterfly, the winner there at $4, $1.30, Zabil's Pride $1.70 and $1 at $1.70 for race number 3 at Canberra. They're pretty close at Sandown as we take you to John for the race over 1,600 metres. Lucky Tycoon for G Hall at $2.70. Here's John.
Thank you, Nick. And again, dark clouds on the horizon.
Hold all tickets, Canberra. Hold all tickets.
About 3 to move in. The Strategist to come up was a surprise winner at Cranbourne last time out. Lucky Tycoon, a warm favourite for the race, is showing $2.70 on the tote. And there's the light as they're just about ready to go here.
And they're off and racing. Lucky Tycoon, the favourite, bounced out well on the outside with the Strategist. Supercut began well, and Blazing Sun hunting up along the inside. Toil settling down in the first 4 or so. Sea Rhythm dropped out to be a clear last. They've covered 200 now, and Blazing Sun for Vlad Dirick pushes up on the inside on the rail to be the leader. Damascus Road out 3 wide. Supercut will ease back third. 1.5 the Strategist fourth, and then Toil fifth on the inside of Golden Finale. A break of 3 lengths then to Lucky Tycoon outside of Silver Neon, and a couple of lengths last of all is Sea Rhythm. Running along the the back of the course now, nearing the 1,000-metre mark. Damascus Road, Let's Stride a Little. Moved up a neck in front now from Blazing Sun with the rail. A length and a half to Supercut, third on the inside. A neck away the Strategist. A length and a half then to Toil, having a nice run. Golden Finale a half a length away when they start the run at the 800-metre mark. Lucky Tycoon's dropped back to be last of all now as Sea Rhythm went around him, and Silver Neon's up along the rails. Coming down near the 700-metre mark, and the rain starts to tumble down. It's Damascus Road, the leader. A neck in front, Blazing Sun with the fence. Supercut ridden along third, and then the Strategist. Toil over on the inside, needing a run coming towards the turn. He looks to have a bit of a kick left, Toil. Then came Golden Finale being hurried along, followed by Sea Rhythm. Lucky Tycoon second last, entering the straight, and Silver Neon. Blazing Sun shot 4 lengths in front. Toil can get up on the inside of Damascus Road if good enough. They were clear of Supercut. Lucky Tycoon is still back in the ruck. It's Blazing Sun in front at the 200. Here's Toil knuckling down to his task well, and then Golden Finale from Supercut. Blazing Sun in front. He's still a length to Toil and Golden Finale. Toil and Golden Finale now going to the lead. Golden Finale on the outside is finishing too well, and Golden Finale wins it by a length to Blazing Sun and a neck to Toil. Lucky Tycoon ran on for fourth when it was all over. Then came Supercut, followed further back by Silver Neon, Damascus Road, and then Sea Rhythm and the Strategist dropped out to finish last.
Number 6 Golden Finale, 551.70. 9 Blazing Sun, $1.40, and number 1 Toil, 190.
Okay, number 6 there, Golden Finale, 510, 179. Blazing Sun, 280. 1 Toil, $2.
Blazing Sun, Vlad Dirick, and Toil has run third, ridden by Danny Brereton. Terrific finish to the third of the day, and the numbers 6, 9 and 1, and the time is 1:39.3. Fourth was Lucky Tycoon, and fifth was Supercut. Well, he just doesn't try all the time, Lucky Tycoon, and he was in one of his moods today. Golden Finale, scratch from Saturday. Chris Parry showing great judgment in missing the race yesterday, and this fellow has broken a frustrating run of placings over the 1,400 and 1,200 metres, and he's got the 1,600 metres very, very strongly. He'd won at 15, and I think the 16 might have been a shade of a concern to some punters, but his only try at it, he was pretty unlucky with 58 kilos at Moonee Valley. He's
ready to go. They're off now. Wasn't a bad start with the exception of Magic Jack, who came out at the tail, getting away quickly, starting, and also Highland Glory showing pace in the early stages. Glycerin is showing exceptional pace in the early part too, and they were followed out by Poetic Baron. Then came Highest Caliber just on the inside, followed further back then by Paper Trail, getting back My Dance on the inside of Magic Jack, and Ghost Chip had popped out at the tail. Running down the side, and the very speedy newcomer Highland Glory has run its way to the front, the lead by 2 lengths now. Starting works to second, Glycerin going with it, followed further back then on the inside then by Highest Caliber. Running on pretty well around the outside then is Paper Trail between runners and Poetic Baron. Then there's a break of about 4 lengths further back to My Dance. Then came Magic Jack, and last into the straight is Ghost Chip. They straighten up for the run home now. Over near the inside, Highland Glory is still the leader. Starting is under pressure, followed further back on the outside then by Paper Trail, running home pretty well, and so too is Glycerin and Poetic Baron. But over near the inside, Highland Glory just in front. Here's Highest Caliber out of the pack and giving chase, and right down the outside, Paper Trail and Poetic Baron. Highest Caliber, Poetic Baron and Paper Trail. Highest Caliber. Highest Caliber has beaten Poetic Baron. They were followed over the line then on the outside by Paper Trail third. Then came Highland Glory starting. The next one in was My Dance, followed further afield by Glycerin. Next to last is Ghost Chip, and Magic Jack is at the tail.
Super Tab 4 Highest Caliber, 1170, 240. 1 Poetic Baron, 190. 7 Paper Trail, 170.
Highland Glory was fighting on strongly, and we had Highest Caliber through the centre along with Poetic Baron, but I think you'll find that Highest Caliber, number 4, has landed the money following the running of race 3. Number 4, Highest Caliber, should be first. Poetic Baron will be second, and I believe number 7, Paper Trail, will be third. Number 4, Highest Caliber, should pay in the New South Wales tote $8.70 and $2.10. It was Ronnie Duffy's mounting yard mail too. Well done, Duff. Second place should go to Poetic Baron, number 1, and on the tote it should pay $2.40. And in third place, Paper Trail, number 7 on the outside, and it should pay $1.40.
And you can have this brand new lounge suite for...
Thanks very much, Nick. We've got the noise you can hear behind us is actually a big barrel full of lucky people, or one lucky person who's going to win a very good prize courtesy of City Index and Act Tab. But firstly, let's have a look at the market and also the late mail from Michael Heath for race number 4. Chariots, they've renamed you, Michael. You are absolutely on fire. Your tips in race 3, 4-1-5. You couldn't get it right. It was 4-5-1.
Well, thanks, mate. Let's hope we can move along to the 4th here. Well, shot in the dark by the informed car, trained by Ken Callaghan, the informed stable. Greg Farrer's on board replacing Jamie Whitney. That won't hurt his chances at all. We'll take up a forward spot. Didn't handle the wet track last start. Shot in the dark. Back on top of the ground here this afternoon. We expect a significant improvement. That's mirrored in the betting ring as well, around half each way odds with the bookmakers. Hardest to beat, One Touch of Glory. Matthew Carl on board. Another one that will go forward, and he'll be hard to hold out. And also number 7, Carabossi from the Morrissey camp. Another one who was a bit disappointing last start, but will appreciate the return to 1,400 metres, Hilton. One at odds, number 3, Governing, a big improver now with the Keith Dryden camp, conditioned by the 2 runs back, and he'll be running on.
So you've tipped 5-1-7 in that order, race 4. Good odds, the 5 on the TAB, Shot in the Dark at 4:30. Michael Heath back with more late mail for race number 5. We're just about set to go at Echuca, and we'll come back trackside to Canberra very shortly with more.
Okay, pretty noisy with that barrel there, isn't it, at Canberra? Anyway, 3.20 for Touch of Glory, 3.40 Curtsy, 9.30 Harlem Gold and $2. 3.10 Touch of Glory here, 38 September Mist, Governing 13, 4.10 Shot in the Dark, 5.70 for number 7 Cabaret. They're the main ones for race 4 at Canberra. It's a very busy day. We might head back to Hilton Donaldson, race number 4 at Canberra, due in about a minute or so from now. But let's press on with more live trackside from Hilton at Canberra.
Thanks very much, Nick. The runners are at the barrier here for the running of race number 4, a 1,400-metre maiden. City Index, the locally based sporting organisation, sports betting organisation, has run a great competition in conjunction with the ACT TAB Act Tab, and that, of course, is a prize to race a horse with Lee Friedman, some 6 horses, I should say, for a cost of $595 for the next 3 years with no further costs. And we might come back after this race and make the draw for this particular competition put on by City Index and Act Tab, because they are starting to move in now. So we'll just hold up the draw at this stage. Touch of Glory, $2.70, Governing, $9.90. Shot in the Dark, $3.70 with Greg Farrer, and Carabossi at $5.80, number 7. Michael Heath thought 5-1-7 were the picks. Touch of Glory clearly best backed on the TAB, but Shot in the Dark with Greg Farrer aboard is his top tip. There's only about 4 to move in. 3 out, in fact. Let's take you to Tony Campbell.
Now Prunella goes up towards the line. That will leave Kingston Step and Southern Prince 2 to move along. Amorazak, Shot in the Dark, stand up well. Fair Stella, Carabossi. Race 4 over 1,400 metres. Greg Farrer replaced Jamie Whitney on Shot in the Dark in this race. Greg Farrer, the replacement rider on Shot in the Dark. Now they're all in. The line is set. Stand by for a start. Stand by, just about set to go. Lighters on. Gates open, a good level start, and Morazak down towards the inside, and Touch of Glory got away well. Prominent Generation Theo, and up in that group of horses there, Shot in the Dark. September Mist, ridden hard, is looking for the lead, followed further back behind those. Then came Prunella, followed in the field then by Naraya Rhythm. Fair Stella getting back in the field, followed by Carabossi, who's back towards the tail. On settling down as they race towards that first turn, September Mist leads. Now in second place was Touch of Glory, followed by Kingston Step. Generation Theo is running fourth, a break behind those then, Shot in the Dark, followed then by Prunella going up wide. Down towards the inside, Amorazak, followed then by Governing, then Naraya Rhythm. Well back as they raced down the side was Fair Stella, followed then by Southern Prince second last, and Carabossi at the tail of the field. They've got about 700 to go, and September Mist leads. In second place, Kingston Step, followed then by Generation Theo, who's moving around the outside of Touch of Glory. Prunella starting a run. In behind those who'll have to go wide, Shot in the Dark, followed then by Amorazak. Well back on the turn, Governing, followed by Naraya Rhythm, Carabossi, and Southern Prince is last of all, but around the turn, and September Mist is the leader. Now Touch of Glory tries hard in second place. Shot in the Dark is running on, followed further back behind those, the widest runner Prunella, then Governing, and then Generation Theo, but September Mist is still the leader. Shot in the Dark is trying hard as they race inside the 200. It's still September Mist the leader, more than a length in front of Shot in the Dark, but September Mist is too good, leads most of the way. September Mist first, Shot in the Dark second, Prunella third, followed then by Fair there. Still a Generation Theo. Karabossi back behind those then governing, followed by Naraya Rhythm. Now Touch of Glory weakened. A long break behind those as they crossed the line. There was a long way back, Morazak and Kingston Step.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yeah, 2 September Mist just blowing everybody out there at $71.90 and $10.30. Shot in the Dark second and Prunella third. September Mist the winner of Bolter in race number 4 at Canberra. Righto, now let's have a look at race 4 at Sandown as we continue on with our racing. Hit and Run showing at $15. Hit and Giggle at $4.50. So we've got Run and Giggle. Bowden Rose out. $6.80 for Jugar's Lady. Quiet Style $12. She has class $5. Coupling $17. $9.30 for Talents. Miss May is at $6.10. Rose of Canny at $12. $18 for Lady in Red. The Battered Bride, or rather the Battered Bride at $76 for race 4 at Sandown. Right, 6, 2 and 7 there. She has class. Hit and Giggle and coupling for race 4 at Sandown. Righto.
Now presses the button and Mizamai jumped away quickly. Talents was away well. Hit and Giggle jumped nicely, is drifting back from a wide barrier. Rose of Canny began fast, and as they settle down, Coupling isn't far away, and Lady in Red's up there as well. Passing the 1,200 metre mark now. Rose of Canny is working to the lead, 1.5 lengths to Quiet Style second. In third placing, Mizamai over on the inside, being followed by Hit and Run. 1.5 lengths further back in the field then came She Has Class, and then Coupling on the outside from Jugar's Lady. They're not going all that hard. Back behind these horses is Hit and Giggle, travelling out about 3 or 4 wide there with the Bartered Bride and Talents, and back last now is the Lady in Red, passing the 800 metre mark and coming down the side, and out in front is Rose of Canny, about a half clear from Hit and Run running second. Mizamai on the inside is third. They're jogging down the side. Back behind those is Quiet Style, and they're being followed coming to the turn by Coupling, who's gone up about 4th. Hit and Giggle's improved coming down the hill to be about 5th, and out wide sweeping into the straight. She Has Class behind her, and then Quiet Style, Jugar's Lady, the Bartered Bride. A couple of these are swinging wide into the straight now, and Hit and Giggle is the deepest runner. Less than 400 metres to go. Mizamai got through on the inside and takes the lead now. On the outside is Hit and Run. Out very wide is Hit and Giggle, coming with Coupling, and Quiet Style's got up on the inside. Mizamai is still in front though, near the 200 metre mark. Moved 2 or 3 lengths in front from Quiet Style. The Bartered Bride, Hit and Giggle, and Hit and Run on the outside. Mizamai clear of Quiet Style, and Mizamai finds its right form here, and Mizamai wins it from Quiet Style. The Bartered Bride is third. Back behind those was Hit and Giggle and Hit and Run, finishing together in front of She Has Class and then Rose of Canny. They were trailed by Coupling, and further back is Talents, and then came Jugar's Lady, and back behind them Lady in Red.
Mizamai number 9, $6.72.75. Quiet Style $3. 14 the Bartered Bride, $25.30.
9 Mizamai, $6.80 and $2.50. Number 5 Quiet Style, $3.10 and $14. The Bartered Bride, $19.80. Correct Weight Canberra. At the start, Caloundra.
Prunella at $3.10. Trifecta 4,005, 46 neat on race 4 at Canberra. A washout for punters. Well, for favourite punters anyway, not a washout for punters and all, because there's somebody's on September Mist at big odds. They are the official Victorian dividends. Right now. In fact, as we take it to Hilton, here he is.
Thanks very much, Nick. Well, a very interesting promotion has happened in Canberra in recent times with, of course, City Index combining with ACTAB to give away a great prize of racing 6 horses with the Lee Friedman stable for a cost of about $595 over 3 years. It's a marvellous promotion. But firstly, to tell us all about it, we have, of course, Tony Nelson, Marketing Manager of ACTAB. Tony, ACTAB, of course, is aligned to Tabcorp or Super Tab, but how many agencies do you have in the territory?
Throughout the ACT, we have 54 agencies, of which 7 of them agencies are with sports betting.
And how did this particular promotion come about with City Index?
It was organised by City Index Sports. They approached us in terms of offering, giving the opportunity to our customers, and it's very much.
Now, Harry Pratt from City Index has joined us as well. Harry, I believe that you can actually bet with City Index through some of the ACTAB agencies, 7 of them.
That's right, Hilton. Yes, you can do that. We have an arrangement with the ACTAB. At the moment, there's only the 7. Hopefully, after Melbourne Cup time, we've got full coverage so that anyone who wants a sports bet been going to the TVs and the ACT and other sports betting.
Certainly a great innovation. Well, Tony's going to make the draw now to the lucky winner, and whilst Tony's doing that, tell us a bit about City Index.
Well, City Index is probably Australia's now leading sports betting company. We provide a comprehensive service on both racing and all sports, so that anyone who wants to bet on any sport around the world can give City Index a ring, and we'll accommodate them.
It seems that everywhere I go, each sports betting person I do talk to, they all declare that they're the biggest.
Why not? At least we're up there anyway. Yeah.
Good on you. All right, Harry, well, Tony's got the winner.
Yes, we do, and the winner is T. Burrell from the RAF base in Fairbairn. So congratulations to T. Burrell. We'll be notifying you by mail.
Okay, T. Birrell, B-I-R-R-E-L-L, T. Birrell from Fairbairn here in the Territory, care of the RAF base. So one lucky punter there, hopefully, or naturally a punter, will be now joining Go Racing. This is the promotion here, Go Racing, with Lee Freedman racing 6 horses over a space of 3 years. So a fantastic promotion, and we thank you both for coming on Sky Channel today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Hilton.
We've got Tony Nelson there and Harry Pratt from City Index and ACTAB, and back to you, Nick.
Well done. Thank you, Hilton. Thanks to Tony and Paul. OK, well done. Congratulations to that prize winner. It's a nice prize too. Well, there's the scene at Fair.
Often racing, as a matter of fact, and Casper the Ghost began pretty quickly. Driving out in the early stages, 2 is Zadanska, and there goes Lee Chevelle on the outside, burning turf to go up and grab the lead away. Back in behind them, Has It All, and Finance is not far away. Neither is Delta Lad. Getting back then, Saltash Castle with Mr. Tesla, Mr. Douglas, and Al Arvers at the tail after about 4 lengths. They speed along the back, plenty of pace on Lee Chevelle. Now steadied in front and leads by a length and 3/4 on Finance, travelling second around the outside of Has It All. Just in behind them then came the well-supported Delta Lad, 3 off the fence. Then came Zadanska in no man's land, but moving forward. Just in behind them, Saltash Castle, followed further afield then by Mr. Douglas around the outside of Casper the Ghost. Next to last is the other grey, Mr. Tesla, and tailed off as they come down to approach the home corner is Al Arv. Short of 400 metres left to go now, and Lee Chevelle still leads them as they head into the straight. On the outside, Zadanska has been wide, but is giving chase now. In the centre is Finance, and so too Delta Lad and Saltash Castle. It's Lee Chevelle in front. On the outside, Zadanska, and through the middle now, Finance and Saltash Castle getting it after them with Delta Lad. Finance has got its nose in front. Saltash Castle wearing it down on the outside. Saltash Castle and Finance. Saltash Castle. Saltash Castle has beaten Finance and Has It All. Up there too was on the outside Delta Lad, followed in then by Casper the Ghost, Lee Chevelle. Then came Zadanska, followed further afield by Mr. Tesla, and Mr. Douglas was last.
Super Tab 5, Saltash Castle, 27.80, 420. 1 Finance, 130. 6 Has It All, 420.
The field, let's have a look at him. He's okay, I love, but the rider has brought him back to scale after he tailed off in the early stages. So we're standing by for the official numbers here, following the running of race number 4, the Aristocrat Leisure Industries Superfecta. Through the centre, Finance. Saltash Castle was wearing Finance down in the concluding stages. Saltash Castle and Finance, they went to the line, and I think you'll find that Saltash Castle will get the judge's verdict as they go over the line over Finance. Delta Lad or Has It All will get third, maybe.
235 trifecta, $123.80.
It's saying on track at the moment, Nick, and Frank Cleary, trainer of Go Errol, joins us now. Frank, good to catch up with you again. How's Go Errol going to go?
He'll go well. He'll go well. Yeah, really. He's been back to work a fair while. You look at him in clothes, he's still carrying a bit of beef, but he's trialled really well here recently, and I expect him to win.
He's first up, as is Snake Gully Lane number 9.
Snake Gully Lane had an injury. He's been off the scene for some time. He's more of a sort of a 1,400 metre horse, but geez, work's been good. I wouldn't be surprised if he could sneak into a place late.
All right, punters, keep in mind 1 and 9 here, race 5. Race 6, Farzak. You've bought it from Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and Ricky Stewart, I see, amongst the new owners.
Yeah, well, Rick was in Perth last night, and he said he'd try and get back. He rang me this morning from Sydney, and he got that far. I haven't seen him yet, so got a real change of heart. But no, this horse is a staying horse. He's resuming a 1,200 metre race. We can't fault him his work, you know, but whether or not he can sprint first up remains to be seen. Hilton, I'd love to be able to tip him, but I just don't know.
Well, keep him in mind. Farzak, race 6, number 1, but definitely races 5, 1 and 9 here. And good to talk to you again, Frank. We'll let you get warm.
Good on you, Hilton. Thanks, mate.
Good luck. Frank Cleary there, one of the leading local trainers here at Canberra, with a good chance here in Go Errol. Now, we might take you to a cheeker at this stage. And there looks to be about 3 or 4 out of line here as they start to move in. Here's Brian.
Flying Sunshine has gone up, and Great Joke. It's going to be the last of them to link in here. 1,000 metres the journey. Just looking at part of the gear there on Great Joke by the looks of things. I don't know what that attendant's doing there, but it's the one we wait on. There's still this inspection going on here with Great Joke, but I can't quite work out what it is.
2:30. A little bit better on the TAB than what's on offer on course, so go for it. Space Prince at $4.50. Beautificao is $9.70. $7.70 number 7. They're set at Chuka. Late scratching number 3, Grey Joke.
Here now, and they're racing. They've gone away in an absolutely perfect line. Flying Sunshine first to break the line. Tray Zero away okay. Standard Gold, Thor Actor. Back behind it, Rock and Regal, and over on the outside there, King Ray.
Beautificao goes up, boxed and ready for the BRL Hardy Wine Company Class 2 standby. Light is on. They're set. And away they go. A pretty good level start, although Go Errol didn't jump all that well. And Lord Rubiton down towards the inside got away well. Lawrence of Arabia is prominent, and so too is Space Prince on the outside. Then Lady Cordelia getting up along the inside, making good ground. There was Miss Magenta as they sort themselves out. Back behind those in the field, then came City Star. But as they sort themselves out and race in with about 700 to go, a little bit less up towards the turn. And Lord Rubiton is the leader as they race up towards the turn. Now Space Prince moved up on the outside, followed by Lawrence of Arabia. Back behind those, City Star followed then, going fairly wide on the track with Snake Gully Lane, followed well back in the field. Then came Go Errol in the straight with about 300 to go. Lord Rubiton is the leader now, coming quickly. Space Prince on the outside is putting in a run. Then Lawrence of Arabia followed further back in the field. Beautificao. Go Errol's under plenty of pressure, but as they race past the 200, down the outside, here comes Space Prince. Space Prince raced up very quickly, hit the lead. Beautificao battles on, but Space Prince is too good. Space Prince has beaten Beautificao. Now third, Lawrence of Arabia, followed then by Snake Gully Lane. Further back behind those, Go Errol followed further back in the field. Pulling up very quickly there was Miss Magenta. Followed further back in the field, City Star, never really a chance. And back towards the tail of the field, Lady Cordelia. Stand by. Space Prince is the winner, ridden by Jamie Late. Racing very consistently, Space Prince. Ridden by Jamie Late, trained by his father, Never Late. A 3-year-old bay gelding by Opera Prince out of Empire Love. And the winner raced by Mrs. B.G. Late, K.G. O'Leary, K.H. Rosenberg and W. Dimoff. Racing very consistently, 4 starts now for 3 wins. Now the time for the race, 1:01:37. 1:01:37 the time. The last 600, 35.94. 35.94. And we'll stand by for the official numbers after race 5. The BRL Hardy Wine Company Class 2 handicap.
Disappointing for the favourite there, and probably disappointing for Frank as well, but 2, Space Prince beating number 3, Beautificao, and it's a photo for third. Now we're up to race 5 at Sandown. It's the Beachvale Class 6 handicap, and the scratchings at 5, 13, 14. Sovereign Score 410, 420 Space Cash, 12 for Dusty Poet, Fluid Motion 10, Magneto 410, No Need at 930, Real Zeal 63, Yokozuna at 126, Kelly Hahn at 31. And then we've got number 11, Diamond Duke at 20, 35, Ranch Gossip, 102, Trust Him, 64 for Brakeman, Showfield at 143, and Gippsland Gold 218 for race 5 at Sandown, due in 2. Now 1, 6 and 2 are the selections there from John Russell, Sovereign Score, the selection from Magneto and Space Cash. Now Canberra placings are through now, 2, 3 and 5. Lawrence of Arabia has run third, 2, 3, 5, race 5 at Canberra. Right, let's take you back to Hilton Donald.
Chief Minister of the ACT, and that, of course, is Kate Carnell. Kate, Red Nose Day this Friday. Tell us a bit about it.
Red Nose Day is a very important day all around Australia, of course, because it's a day when we attempt to convince the community that they need to concentrate on something important, and that is sudden infant death syndrome. It's an important day because everyone has to buy a big red nose, look very silly, but contribute money to something very important. Because let's be fair, it could happen to anybody, and it's wonderful to see the race club here contribute time to a charity that's incredibly important to all of us.
SIDS has been around for a little while in terms of the promotion behind the Red Nose Day, but what type of things have been discovered about it?
already with regard to SIDS and all the money that we've all contributed to buy our big red noses on Red Nose Day, what has happened is a 50% reduction in the number of deaths as a result of sudden infant death syndrome already. That means in the ACT alone, some 30 babies' lives have been saved. So it's great again to see the race club right behind a charity that's actually saving lives. So everybody who can buy a red nose this week should do so. Half the money goes to research, half to supporting parents who have lost a child. Now, I don't think anybody could ask for a charity more worthwhile than that.
And how much are these red noses?
Well, I actually have to say I don't know.
I suppose they can be whatever you really want, whatever donation you can make.
It's not a lot. You can